You are listening to JosuBroadcast, Episode 10, The Archetypes in Uno Card Game. Archetypes can be applied in our daily basics, but they are really hard to understand. This time I want to give an example about how to apply them in Uno card game so that we can have an idea how they work in real life. Soon I will make more episodes about archetypes. Last episode I talked about archetypes with ChatGPT and we mentioned some examples. Now I am back with another example, so let's go. By the way, welcome to my podcast, where there are good vibes, love, and it's only for nice people like you. I have played Uno card game a lot lately that I think I solved it. Okay, no. However, I want to share my discovery. I want to share some tips to become a better player. These tips are not secrets. We just need to understand how archetypes work. In a nutshell, archetypes mean the way you see life, the way you see victory, your personality, or your strategy. It has many meanings. As a rule, there are 3 archetypes, but you can combine up to 2 archetypes if you want and create a new strategy. But don't combine 3 because you'll get overwhelmed of ideas, actions, and solutions. So what are the 3 archetypes in Uno card game, you may ask? That's a very good question that I'm willing to answer. The archetype number 1 is Simplifier. Keep it simple, don't overthink it, play high value cards, and avoid having the same numbers or colors, so you always have something to play. You become unpredictable. You are going to understand more this archetype once you listen to the others. Archetype number 2 is a creative player. You use your cards wisely and combine them to keep playing in the color you want. It becomes obvious, but sometimes it is unstoppable as your opponents may run out of cards on the color you want to play. Archetype number 3, the control player. This is the most difficult to master and it requires a lot of experience. You know what color has been played the most, and you know what color has not been played yet. You hold actions and wild cards to counter the winner. You draw cards even when you have something to play. Your goal is to end the game going back to a color that has been played the most, because your opponents won't have anything to play and you'll make them draw cards while you keep playing until you win. Keep in mind, no archetype is the best, but they counter each other. Do you see it? If you don't, let me explain it to you in a different way. The simplifier player will always have something to play even when the colors change back and forward. So, once the control player tries to go back to a color that no one has, the simplifier player will surprise their opponents by having cards to play. The creative player beats the simplifier player because you'll keep forcing others to play the color you want. The game reaches a point where the simplifier player will run out of actions and they will start drawing. The control player will stop the creative player right at the end. The control players study their opponent and let them create confidence in one color. They wait for the right moment to stop the winner with color changes or make them draw cards. It's slowly but surely. Now that you understand archetypes, you'll notice this game is easy to learn but difficult to master. Players that understand archetypes have a high chance to win than players who don't. This game is about being flexible and ready to change your archetype in the middle of the game, as there are a few scenarios where you are winning but your opponents will make you draw cards, and you must have to adapt to the new cards. Also, it's about luck and strategy, which means knowing the archetypes don't make you win all matches, but increase your possibility to win. Never forget you can combine up to 2 archetypes to confuse your opponent and create a new archetype. Before I let you go, I have one quick question. Are you still there? If you do, thank you so much. I will give you 3 secrets that will help you improve your game. Secret number 1. The best card is the zero card. There are 4 zeros in the game, 1 per color. It is so powerful because there is less possibility that your opponents have another zero or cards of the same color. You can use it to keep playing on the color you want. You force your opponent to play cards they don't want to play, like wild cards or action cards. If you play with points, you can save a zero until the end so you don't lose points. Secret number 2. The cards that backfire to you are the draw 2 and draw 4 cards, because you are giving your opponent the opportunity to control the game. They are not always useful. Secret number 3. The color that has been played less is the most dangerous color. It's the color that has a zero, action cards, and wild cards to turn around the game, so avoid that color at all costs. If by any chance you have cards in the dangerous color, you'll feel all players are playing against you. This is all for today, people. It may be a short episode. Hopefully this episode helps you understand archetypes. I want to make more episodes about applying archetypes in different things, not just games, but in real life. So see you then. Thank you for listening to this episode. The podcast is available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. I have Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook accounts, so feel free to follow me on any of those social medias. Have a nice day.